Hi everyone, so today we're going to continue with multiplying fractions. So if you could put in your notebooks, 5.4 multiplying fractions, and then for me this is on page 28. Today is April 30th, and again we're going to be working on multiplying fractions. So let's pick up where we left off yesterday. So multiplying fractions. And let's just review what the steps are. So let's just say these are normal fractions, so nothing fancy. So step 1 would be to multiply across. And then step 2 would be to reduce / rewrite. So these are the steps if you're given fractions, kind of like the ones that we practiced with yesterday, where there's nothing fancy to them. It's pretty simple fractions. So let's start with 3/4 times, times 7/8. Oh, we did that one yesterday. We are going to do 3/4 times 6/7. Okay, so again, I multiply across. I'm going to do 3 times 7 is 18. 4 times 7 is 28. I can see that 2 is a factor of both of these since they're both even. And I get 9/14. Okay, let's do one more. Sorry, let's do one more. So let's do 5/6 times 7/10. So 5 times 7 is 35. 6 times 10 is 60. Oops. So I can see 5 is a factor of both of these. And I get 7. 60 divided by 5 is 12. Okay, so pretty easy. Multiply across and then reduce. So now let's look at if I have a whole number. So multiplying fractions and whole numbers. Okay, so step 1 is going to be to write whole number over 1. Step 2, multiply across. And step 3 is going to be to reduce or rewrite. Okay, so let's work through some examples. So let's do 5 times 1/2. So what I do with this 5 is I'm going to write it over 1 because 5 divided by 1 is 1. Or sorry, 5 divided by 1 is 5. So that's the easiest way to do it to reduce the number of reducing I might need to do at the end. So I do 5 over 1 times 1/2. And now I have it in my form, like these ones up here, where all I need to do is multiply across, reduce, rewrite. So 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. And now, since it's an improper fraction, I need to get it to a mixed number. So 2 goes into 5 twice. So that would subtract 4, which leaves me with 1 left over. And I get 2 and 1/2 is my final answer. Okay, let's do a few more. Let's do 3/4 times 6. Okay, so same thing here. I'm going to write my 6 over 1. So I have 3/4 times 6 over 1. So I multiply across. I get 18 over 4 times 1 is 4. So it's up to you if you want to convert first and then reduce. I think it's easier to reduce first. So I'm going to start by reducing. And I get 9 over 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times. And then I have 1 left over. Okay, let's do one last one. Let's do 7/10 times 8. So same thing. I do 7/10 times 8 over 1. 7 times 8 is 56. If you ever cannot remember this multiplication fact, it goes 7 times 8, so 7, 8, which means right before it, it'd go 5, 6. So you can kind of think about it as 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how I remember it. And then 10 times 1 is 10. So again, I'm going to start by reducing. So I can see that 2 goes into both of these. 56 cut in half is going to be 28. 10 cut in half is 5. 5 goes into 28 5 times. And I have 3 left over. Okay, so now let's go through our last one, which is going to be multiplying mixed numbers. So step 1 is going to be to convert to improper fractions. Step 2 is going to be just like the other ones where I multiply across. And then step 3 is going to be to reduce and rewrite. So let's work through some examples. So let's say I have 1 and, actually let's do a simpler one. Let's do 1/2 times 3 and 4/5. So this is already like it should be, so I have 1/2 times, so I'm going to use what I learned yesterday, so 3 times 5 is 15, plus 4 is 19. 1 times 19 is 19. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 goes into 19 once, and 9 is left over. Okay, let's do one that involves 2 mixed numbers. Let's do 2 and 3/4 times 1 and 2/3. So I'm gonna again multiply, then add. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So I get 55 over 12. So I know 12 goes into 65 times, which would mean that 12 goes into 55 4 times, which is 48. So 48 plus what is 55? That's 7. So there's 7 left over, and I get 4 and 7/12. Let's do one last one. Let's do 4 and 1/2 times 2/3. We'll make this one quick and easy. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 2 times 3 is 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3.